Hey, how you doing? It's Grampy again. I'm back here for part number 3, I guess. Actually, part number 2, but we did that little intro. So, part number 3 of our Steampunk Tower tutorial. And we're going to pick up where we left off over here on our little island. So you can see we made it to the through the part where we did the wooden structure and the stone foundation last time. So we put this glowstone in. I'm actually going to take that out. I hit everything except what I wanted to. Now I'm just going to add these details now. When you're building this thing in survival, if you can remember to keep a crap load of trapdoors with you and add these details as you're building, when you get to that location, it will be a lot easier then, because at the end of this thing you'll have to, if you wait until the end, you'll be building pillars, and which isn't too bad. You can pillar your way up and add them in, but it's really the way this thing is built where you can't reach underneath there because it goes in, right? So anyway, you can't go up to the top and then find a way to reach down just because of the way this thing is built. So I found it easier to just take the time to add them as you go. Now here's another little detail that we're going to add. So for each one of these, we're going to put stone walls above, just like this, at the top of the trap door, and then up at the top of the pillar where it can go. And we're going to do that on all these levels. And again, if you can remember to keep the material in your inventory and build these as you go, it'll make it a little easier on yourself. There, and then, no, not there. And then, as a final touch, we add stairs in between the stone walls, and that just adds a little decorative flair that I think looks pretty nifty. It just adds just some depth, some interest, and you can see on this top layer we're going to be adding 2 stairs. There. Did we get them all? I think we got them all. So that just adds a little depth, a little interest, and it'll look a little better as we keep building on this thing. But what we got now is the basic structure. What we're going to do now is this fundamental steampunk design, where it's easier to see over here where I don't have vines. But you can see this structure that we've built is going to have all kinds of room additions sticking out. And the interesting thing, if you notice, is you'll never see a room addition with a roof on the same level, right? So here in this middle level, I built one off to this side. There's none over here, but we built the same one up on the upper level, or a similar one up on the upper level, and that just gives it that sort of off-balance look that creates the interest of the steampunk style. And then in addition to that, we'll add these little balcony things, and we'll start adding some of these features. But that's kind of the basic style, is we have to add these room additions on. So we'll go do that now. It's pretty easy. we're going to get to the roofs here pretty soon. So you can see we've done it on the short side. So let's see, which way do we want this? Doesn't really matter, but we might as well think about it. I think I'd like to have the windmill. I think I want the water wheel over here off of this side. So I'm gonna go out on this level with this middle layer. So right here, one block in from the end of this thing, we're going to go out by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, we'll be consistent with the end placement, and we're going to do the same little zuzu here on this as we did everywhere else with these trapdoors. And again, we're going to go up by 3 on this level. 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Now, now we've got that, and we're going to add. Well, let's go up here and add the basic framing for the upper one. So we'll do the same thing up here. Come out by 4. That just keeps the spacing of the wall pillars the same, consistent. So you can see, even though it jolts in here, you'll see there'll be a colored layer of whatever we choose here, and then another one here. And when you look at that, it'll look right. It'll be color wood, so so that's how that'll work. 2, 3. On this one, we're going up by 4. Top level. Words are hard for Grampy. Up by 4. So here we go. I hope this is clear what I'm doing. Sorry, I'm kind of ripping through it pretty fast, but again, so on the middle layer here, the middle level, we chose a short side, and we came out by 4 with just coming in 1 block from the wall and come out by 4, and then we raised ourselves up to the upper level and did the exact same thing on the opposite side. And now we'll just go ahead and quickly add our zuzus in here. And we'll do the same over here. Sorry, everything's gone quiet as I've struggled trying to walk and chew gum at the same time. But anyway, so there we go. Now we can build our roof. I may have just 2, 3. Let me just count. Okay, so that's right. We go up on the 4th level. So we're on above the top level, and we're going to use. So here's how these roofs work. So we're going to as you can see, we outline the roof with stone brick. Some people use cobblestone. That looks good as well. I use stone brick just because. Well, mostly because Lynchy Ink did it, and that's what I saw first. So whatever you see first kind of embeds itself in your brain, doesn't it? But anyway, we outline it with stone brick, and then we'll fill the roof in with our chosen wood. I think I'm going to use spruce, planks, and stairs, but I don't know for sure. So here's how this works. You will come up to the layer right above the wall, actually to the same level as the upper layer here, and we'll place stairs right side up along that wall and let it overhang the end by 1, and we'll do the same thing on this side. Hope that was clear. didn't seem very clear, but I hope you see what I'm doing. I'm coming up to the 4th level from on on this middle tier. It's at the 4th level. When we get up here, it'll be the 5th level, but it's just one above the pillar of 3 that we built, and we use regular right side up stairs along the edge here, and we come out and overhang by 1. Now here's when you're doing this in survival, here's the way that I found is the easiest to do this. Now well, before we get into that, let me explain kind of what we're going to do, how this roof works. The roof itself adds a lot of the interesting visual impact of this thing, and the reason is because the optics of it sort of trick the eye into making it look like it's a kind of a curved roof, like a wizard's hat, you know. And the way that happens is we sort of gradually elevate from the bottom. So at the bottom here, without these understairs, let's delete those so you can see a little better for now. This is kind of the fundamental framework of the roof. This was our line of stairs. I know we did it down there, but I'm just showing you here. Well, let's go ahead and show it. Yeah, never mind. We built the stairs, and then we're going to go up with one more stair right at above that one, and then we're going to go up by 1 regular block and then add a stair and duplicate that. And then, you know, we'll see down here, we won't do this, but eventually when we're building the highest roof, we'll go up by 2, and that really adds that element of steepness to the roof and makes it very interesting. So we'll add our stairs back here where they were, and I'll just show you how we're working on this. So on this lower one here that we're getting ready to build, we add a stair and then two regular blocks with stairs on top. I'll show you that. And here's kind of the easiest way to build these in survival, is you add your stair and then flip around and add that wall lets me step off, but just add a upside down stair right behind it. These are the ones that I deleted. And so, as I said, so the first thing we do is add 1 stair here, and then we'll go ahead and add our upside down stair, and then we add a regular block and then a stair, and then flip around again, add your upside down stair, and then do that again, a regular block, stair, and that should put us right in the middle, and it does. So then we'll go over here and do the same thing on this side. We have a stair, so we'll add our upside down stair and then a stair, and then our upside down stair and then a regular block and a stair, our upside down stair, 1 more regular block and regular stair, and that's where we meet in the middle. So there's a 1 block gap, and the thing to do here is, for now anyway, just add an upside down stair in between there. So that's the easiest way to do that in survival, and it makes it pretty easy. You just have to kind of remember, keep track of where you are, because you can't fly back and see things very well. But it gets a little more difficult when we start making the taller roofs. But that's how you do these rascals. And if we just add a beam right there, I believe that's where that beam goes. Yep, looks like it. We can round that out. Now, when we tie these together, it's easy to when we put the wood in, we're going to use, I think we're going to use spruce. So spruce planks and spruce stairs. And the easiest thing in survival anyway is to go ahead and just add your stairs first, or your planks first. And you know what, I've I've done something really stupid that's going to make a lot of people mad, and I apologize for this. Again, I'm not very good at this, but we're going to delete some of this because we don't need it, and it'll get worse over there. But that wall is really kind of absent. So then you'll see what I mean when we get there. But the next thing we do is just add in. The reason we put the planks down is because it makes the stairs a lot easier to add here. 1, 2, 3. So that's that. We'll leave the top and finish the top a little later. But that's your first stair done. So we'll probably add a propeller right here, or maybe we'll add. Yeah, we'll probably add a propeller here. Let's do the stair on this side because this one will get a little more interesting. So do the same thing. Come out here and extend over by 1, and then we're going to do the same thing here, only this time we're working on the so this is kind of a complicated roof section here. You can see at this level we're going to have to tie into the big main roof from this slightly smaller roof, but the pattern of this one is going to be, from this stair that we just overhung, we're going to add a stair on top of that, and then a regular block, another regular block with stairs, and then another regular block. So 3 of those. Instead of 2 like we did down there, we'll do 3 with regular block, stair, regular block, stair, regular block, stair. It's when we get here that we'll start adding the doubles, and that'll make it look pretty cool. But for this side, we'll just use 3 singles. I hope this makes any kind of sense, but let's just try it. So there's a stair, and then we do a block and a stair. Sorry, I'm going to move these together. Then we do it again, a block and a stair, and then do it one more time, a block and a stair, and that should put us in the middle. Did it? I think it did. Yeah, I think it did. So block, stair, block, stair, block, stair. Yeah, that put us right in the middle for this layer. Now we'll go ahead and add our upside down stair. Now let's go ahead and work on this roof, because this one is going to get a little more interesting. So just go ahead and add your entire layer to the outside of this, and overhang by 1, and actually overhang by 1 here actually. And as we tie these together, it's going to get a little interesting, but actually that's going to eventually end up just needing to be a regular block right there. We'll see. So just round this out and overhang. Now here's where we're going to do the double riser, if you will, whatever you want to call it. So we'll start off with a stair, then we're going to add 2 block stairs combinations. So there's 1, there's 2. Now we're going to go up by 2 and do that twice. So 1, 2 stair, and do that again. 1, 2 stair. And that should put us at the middle. I think it did. So you can see how that really just creates that extremely sloped elevation that this roof is going to have to make it look really cool. So let's just do that again here. So a stair, and then 2 block stairs. That's 1, that's 2, and then 2 double blocks stairs. 1, 2, stair, and that puts us at the middle. So there's that. Now we need to duplicate this over here on this end. So a stair here, and a stair here, and then we're going to do the same thing. So 2 singles, 1, 2, and then 2 doubles, 1, 2. Hope that's the middle. So here we have our stair. Now we're going to do 2 singles, 1, 2, now 2 doubles, 1, 2, and that puts us in the middle, and we'll do our upside down stair there. So there's the basic framework of the roof all done with the additional, room additions. So now we have to basically tie the roof together, fill it in with our spruce wood, and this is kind of the tedious, boring part. So I'll probably just do this off camera, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start by adding all the wooden planks. On both sides. And then when we're done with all that, we'll add the stairs into here. Here's the part where I'm spazzed. I can't hit these things very quickly. I don't know if you can tell, but I use a completely different key binding than most people do. I don't use my right mouse button to place blocks as the use key. I use that. My right mouse button is my go forward key, and so my block placement key is on my keyboard. It's my E key, and my strafing keys are right next to it, and it kind of makes it. I wish I would have stuck with the default now. But so we're going to do that to the roof all the way around, and we'll start there when we begin the next one, the next video next time. So you can see this thing starting to take shape, starting to look pretty cool. Just this basic layer, this basic level, one level, is a pretty cool looking design, and it'll get even cooler when we add the windmill and the water wheel and the propeller and all that kind of jazz. But we'll do that and take a look at it, and then we'll start, morphing it into a tower. But so there you go, guys. Appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time.